Hello, it's Thursday. So I figured that today I would tell you more about me, more about my journey, and then we would start from there, and then I would slowly progress to other stories with them. So first off, my name is Cindy. I go to college and I'm studying special education and elementary education, and I'm so excited to be a teacher someday. I love kids and I just love making an impact, and I feel like there's no other way to change the world than by changing our children and changing the way that they're being taught. So why am I making this YouTube channel? Well, here's why. I kind of mentioned it briefly in my first video, and that it's about my weight loss and how I can help others. Well, you just learned I love helping others, and my weight loss has been a huge deal for me. So this is basically my story. About, I would say, 2 years ago, we discussed that in the first video, I was leaving my freshman year. Well, it was about my middle of my freshman year, and I just noticed that, like, holy cow, like, you know, I'm a big girl. And then I kind of thought, no, it's okay, you're fine, your body's healthy. You can get out and work out, and you might not be out of breath compared to the other people, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I was healthy. So I started looking back, and I was like, am I actually big or am I not? Because I couldn't tell. When I looked in the mirror, I thought I looked fine. Of course I knew I was bigger than all of my friends, but I didn't think I was big. So I was kind of thinking, like, okay, well, something has to be wrong. Like, my friends and family, they all tell me I look amazing, but they kind of have to, right? Because they love me and they want to support me in everything that I do. As I look back and I think about it, I remember thinking, well, why is it that when we go out to get-togethers, all my friends have people come up to them, but no one ever pursues me? Why is it that I'm almost 20 years old and I've never had a boyfriend? Why is it that I'm almost 20 years old and I've never even been kissed? And I mean, yeah, it's okay for those things not to happen in life and for it to wait to happen later on, but it's just kind of like, when you look at things in your life, you slowly realize that maybe something can change. And I know that people say you should never change the person you are for other people, but at some point you have to realize that you are not loving yourself, so it's impossible for someone else to love you. By eating away your feelings and eating in general more than what your body needs, that's not self-love. At one point, you're torturing yourself. You really are. And now it's just very confusing because, like, I'm doing what is right for my body. I'm eating. I might eat a little too few calories than what people think I should. I work out almost every single day, except for the weekends. I let myself cheat in order to get the cravings that I want so that I don't go overboard when I do cheat, even though I do that sometimes. And when I think about it, sometimes I'm actually happier back when I was overweight and obese and eating 4,000 calories than I am now. And I remember going to the gym recently, and I sat down with a girl, and she had also lost a lot of weight, and she just said, "Are you happy?" And the thing is I'm happy because I am proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I have done, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished. But now there's parts of me that weight loss and dieting has kind of it's been harder and it hasn't made my emotions happy. And I think that's because when I was bigger, if I was sad, I ate. So, you know what? If I was eating, I was happy. It didn't matter. So I never felt sadness. I never really cried much because if I was eating, there's no need to cry. Now that I kind of conserve how much I eat, I can't eat my feelings, which I think is actually very healthy and very good for my body. I can't eat when I'm sad. Instead, I have to cry. And sometimes it's just okay to cry. So basically, I'm just kind of saying that, like, I went on this journey, and people tell you that when you lose weight, you'll feel better about yourself, and you might not. You might not feel better about yourself, but you have to look and see where you were in the beginning and why you were that way and compare it to where you are now. So even though I was happy as a 230-pound 5'7" girl, which is not healthy at all, I wasn't really happy. I was eating my feelings, which made me feel happy. So now that I cry, it doesn't mean that my life sucks. It just means I'm trying to find a new way to cope with my feelings because I can no longer cope by eating. So, some other things that happened from my weight loss, because I briefly mentioned this before, over the past 2 years, I've lost 80 pounds. I went from about 230 to around 150 now, and 80 pounds is a lot of weight to be carrying. And I think something else that kind of makes you realize that, like, wow, was it really worth it? Was it worth losing weight just to look like this? Is the fact that, like, I have this now, you know? Like, I have where my fat used to be. So, like, it does worry me when I'm out and about to shake my body like this. I have that. I know this might be disturbing for some people, but I actually have that on my legs. And I actually have that, you can't really see her. And I actually have that on my stomach. So it's just it's kind of sad to think that you do all of this work and then you still have something about your body that you have to worry about. I think it's important to not look at these parts of your body. I mean, obviously, I see this every day. I normally don't wear tank tops, but the thing is when I was bigger, I never wore tank tops. Ever. Because my arms were almost twice the size as they are now, which was a lot harder for me to show than just having loose skin everywhere. That, I can deal with loose skin, because you know what loose skin means? Loose skin means progress. And you know what progress means? That you're taking care of yourself. That you're doing something to benefit your life. So, this isn't really where I wanted my video to go, but I think it's just very important to stop and realize. And I think it's just very important also for me to express how I feel, because sometimes I beat myself up for crying. Sometimes I beat myself up for loose skin. But that crying means that I no longer stuff myself when I'm sad. That crying means that I am changing. And that crying means that I have progress. This loose skin means that I no longer eat 4,000 calories a day. That I am no longer torturing my body. This loose skin means progress, and this loose skin means that I'm becoming the person that I want to be. So, when you think, do I want to lose weight? Is that really the right thing for me? You have to stop and ask yourself, am I going to be okay if more than just the number on the scale changes? Am I going to be okay if I have to find out new ways to cope with my feelings because I can no longer eat them? Am I going to be okay that, yeah, I might be looking smaller and fitting in smaller clothes, but my skin is going to be hanging? Am I okay with that? And if you can say that you're okay with that, then I strongly suggest that you continue to watch my videos, that you get these tips, that you even look up your own information and you lose weight. that you go on your own journey so you can feel your own sense of pride and your own sense of happiness, because you know that you are changing and that you're progressing and that you're no longer the person that had to hide their emotions and had to hide their body. Now you're the person that is open about their emotions and is like, you know what, yes, I'm not perfect, but you know what, I'm getting better. And so just to close out, I just hope that if you can make those changes and you're okay with it, that you start your own journey and that you become an impact into someone else's life, like I hope to be someday. So I hope to see you guys again next week. Hopefully it won't get on this much of a deep level, but I don't really know what I'm going to talk about next week. Probably about the main steps that I changed in order to get to where I am. So please come back next week. It'll be on a Thursday because that's my least crazy days, and I hope to see you then. Bye!